All right, mathematicians, today's math video is a little bit different because there's only one. I'm not reading you your application problem today because at this point, you are probably reading that application problem for yourself and you're able to tell which part is the story, what problem you have to solve, and all the different things you need to do to solve the problem. So you're reading the directions yourself for the application problem and making sure to turn that application problem into the Mrs. Norton folder when you're done. Read it carefully and do your best work. If you do need help reading it, make sure that you get that help from a partner in a level 1 voice. So let's move on to your problem set, lesson 35. 35 problem set has these directions. Solve the sets of number sentences. Look for easy groups to cross off. So all of these strategies are efficient. They're quick, easy ways of solving problems correctly. Here's an example. Notice that these drawings are vertical, they're up and down, and that they're in 5 groups. So there are 5 dark, and then 1 light to make 6, and 1 easy group is crossed off. Now notice that on this one, to show 6 minus 5, instead of starting up here and crossing out the 1 and then 4, they just crossed out the 5 that was a whole group to show that there was 1 left. So you're looking at the easy parts to cross off. Think about what makes sense. Let's do number 1 together. Notice that there are 2 subtraction problems for number 1. 6 minus 5 is the first one. So I can see 6 here. Now I'm not going to start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already know this is 5. So I'm just going to cross out the group of 5 and see that there's 1 left. Then for 6 minus 1, here's the 6. I'm not going to cross out a 1 over here. There's a 1 standing by itself here. Let me just cross that out, and then I know that this is 5, so there's 5 left. So see how I make it easy for myself? I find easy ways to cross off the picture. So make sure that you cross out the pictures for number 2 and then solve the problems. Cross out the pictures for number 3 and solve the problems. Now you're ready for 4 and 5. If you want to pause the video at this point and solve 2 and 3, you can do that, or you can keep watching to the end of the video and then just solve all the problems. Whatever works best for you. The directions for number 4 and 5 say subtract. Make a math drawing for each problem like the ones above. So you're making a math drawing like these ones, the vertical ones, up and down. Write a number bond to go with it. Okay, so here's the first one, 7 minus 5. Okay, so just like those, I'm going to start with my 5 group. So 1, 2, oh, I'll make these dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 5. So I'm going to cross out the 5, and then I see 2 left. Okay, so I know that 7 is 2 and 5. Those are the parts. And then I'll make another 7, because that's what I'm starting with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, minus 2. And I'll cross out the 2 that are alone and see that 5 is left, which I already knew because 2 and 5 are the parts of 7. So now you're going to do number 5. So again, you can pause the video if you want, or you can keep watching to the end. You're going to start by making your drawing, make it nice and neat with 5 groups and cross out what makes sense, and then write your number bond. And here you're going to write another subtraction sentence as well. Now on the second page, number 6, it says solve. This time you are not drawing, you're picturing your 5 groups, you're visualizing your 5 groups in your brain. So right now I am thinking about 7, and I can see the 5 crossed out in my brain, and I see the 2 that are left. So you're gonna visualize B and solve it, visualize C and solve it, visualize D and solve it, E and solve it, F and solve it. You can pause the video now if you want, or keep watching to the end. For numbers 7 through 12, here are the directions. Complete the number bond and the number sentence for each problem. So for this set, you're going to solve using the number bond and then solve the problem. So 4 minus 2. So when I think about 4 as my total, I know that if 2 is one part of 4, well then the other part is 2. So 4 minus 2 must equal 2. So you're going to complete the number bonds and the number sentences for the rest. You can pause the video to solve those problems or keep watching to the end. Finally, for number 13, it says complete the number sentences below. Circle the strategy that can help. Okay, so for 7 minus 5, what would be more helpful? Using 5 groups or using doubles? Well, this isn't a double, so I think it'd be easier to use 5 groups. So if I had 7 and I crossed out 5, I'd have 2 left. So I'm gonna do circle 5 groups. But if I come down here to C, doubles would help me with that problem because I know that 4 plus 4 equals 8, which means that 8 minus 4 is 4. So doubles help me that one. So you're going to go through each problem and you're going to think about what would help you more, using 5 groups or using doubles, and circle the strategy that helped you and then solve the problem. Competitions, the models that you make in math, the drawings that you create are very important. They need to be clear for other mathematicians. So if you're making big circles that are hard to see and numbers that nobody can read, is that doing your best work? Is that really helping other mathematicians understand your thinking? So make sure that you're doing your very best work, that you're being careful about your math drawings, that you're reading and doing all of the directions. Make sure that you tear out or cut out your math page and put it in your Mrs. Norton folder.